What's going on, y'all, and welcome to Divalicious Beauty. I'm Lady Prodigy, and today I am going off the makeup scene, and we're gonna go on to some more important to me um, topic, and it's something that's affecting a lot of people in our country. Because of the economy, a lot of people are jobless. They're either getting laid off, or some of these jobs are doing cutbacks, or it's just difficult to find a job. And on my Lady Prodigy page, which I'm closing down, I had did a work at home video, and it had a overwhelming response, which made me feel good that I was able to share some things that I had researched with other people to help them out with finding work at home if that's what they chose to do. Um, a lot of the information that I did in that first video has either changed or updated. So I said I would do another video on this channel with some up-to-date information. So I have my little notes here, and I'm going to go over some of the work at home jobs with you now. The first thing that I want to touch on is that with working from home, you have to understand that it's a privilege to be able to work from home. If you're not disciplined enough, and when I say disciplined, that you understand that it's just like a job that you would work if you were outside of the home. You just have to be a little bit more disciplined because you're not going to have a manager around to manage you per se, manage or supervise you. So you have to, the things that you would normally depend on a manager for, you're going to have to depend on yourself for. As far as your breaks and lunches, it would be just like if you were working in a call center. You're going to have to take your breaks on time. You're going to have to come back from your breaks on time. Same with your lunches. So you have to understand that, it is a huge privilege to be able to work from home. Most of the work at home companies that I'm going to be going over with you guys today, either you'll need a landline phone to be able to take calls, or you will need a USB headset which plugs into your USB jack on your computer. You'll need, of course, a computer. Some of them will let you use a laptop for the project. Others, you have to have a desktop. You either need to have Windows XP 32-bit, which is what I've been seeing on a lot of them, or Windows Vista 32-bit. Some of them will take Vista 64-bit, Windows XP 64-bit, or Windows 7. But you have those few that still use Windows XP 32-bit. So when you're applying, make sure you pay attention to that. Some of them also do computer scans. So if you don't have up-to-date information on your computer, specs and things of that nature, then they will let you know right offhand that you're not going to be able to apply until you update. So with that being said, I do want to say that I'm not a representative of any of these companies that I'm going to go over with you. I'm not getting paid from any of these companies. This is just information that I myself have researched, or I've worked for these companies, so I pretty much know that they're legit. And I want you guys to understand that the information that I bring to you guys, if it's not legit, I'm not going to share it with you, because I would want the same if one of y'all were sharing that information with me. So with that being said, let's go ahead and start. Now, you have quite a few work at home, and some of them are scams. And in the research that I've done, a lot of information is given to you. If they ask for money up front, don't go with them because it's a scam. And that, in some cases, is not true. And I say that because a lot of these work at home companies now ask for you to pay for your own background check. And I don't see anything wrong with that because, again, you're working from home. So they have to comp their money some kind of way. Alpine Access, Live Ops, West Work at Home, and I think ACD Direct you have to pay for your background check. And they can run anywhere from $10.95 to $29.95. So it just depends. So that's another thing that you need to take into consideration when working from home, depending on which company that you work for. And I'm just gonna give you. I'm not gonna go through the whole list, and the whole list I will post in the side link over. Excuse me, over to the left. But I'm just gonna go over the few companies, the top ones that I've worked for, that I know people have worked for, and that I've done my research on. So the first one is going to be Convergys. I'll go in alphabetical order because it'll be easier. ACD Direct, which is currently my part-time job, they pay per minute. The requirements include previous call center experience, preferably work at home. But if you have extensive customer service experience, you'll be fine. Trust me. You have to have high-speed internet access, a dedicated phone line, and your workspace must be a dedicated office with a door, as there is zero tolerance for background noise during calls. And you can visit their website at acddirect.com. And I will tell you firsthand, they will terminate you if you have any background noise whatsoever. If you have a fax machine hooked up to your phone line and you get a call and it goes to the fax, they will fire you. They will terminate your contract. So keep those things in mind if you have a dog or if you have small children around. And you're able to choose your hours with them. So if you have kids, then you may want to, look at scheduling your time either when they're at school or at night when they've gone to bed. Alpine Access is another one. That's my full-time job. And they have different clients that they support. I was working under their AOL project, or I am working under their AOL project. With them, you must have high-speed internet via cable or DSL, the ability to be online and on a phone call stimulously via a landline. You have to have a reliably quiet home work environment during scheduled work periods, and a reliable personal computer running Windows 98 or later with Internet Explorer 6.0. And their website is alpineaccess.com. They pay per hour. So you would get a per hour rate. Now you do get a certain rate during training, and then you go through a nesting period. When you're going through your nesting period, you're still getting paid your training pay. Once you go into production, which would be after nesting, then you will get your per hour. It'll go up. So you'll be getting, both of them are per hour, but it will go up, I think, $1, if I'm not mistaken. Arise is another work at home company. They were formerly Willow CSN, and they accept and service inbound customer service sales calls from clients from home using a computer, a telephone line, and a broadband access connection. And their training usually takes between 1 and 4 weeks. And their website is arise.com. Now, the thing with Arise, and you have two choices with them. You can either train and work specifically with one of their clients, take calls for their clients, or you can train and become an incorporation where you'll have your own business and then you'll get people to work under you. They'll still get paid from Arise. They won't get paid from you. But you'll pretty much be their liaison, or however. Y'all know what I mean. I can't even talk straight tonight. I'm sorry. But check them out if you're looking for them. Now, they do pay an hourly rate. Some of their clients do pay a per minute rate. So keep that in mind when you're applying with them. And they'll let you know which clients are hiring and which ones you can apply for. ARO is another good customer service. Their website is callcenteroptions.com. It's not ARO.com. It's callcenteroptions.com. When I worked for them, it was in 2008. And what you were doing with them, they had the programs where the kids go overseas and visit other countries, like a Upward Bound type program where they go to other countries and learn about those countries and whatnot. And you would just call to see if they were going to be attending the meeting in their area. And you would just confirm their information with them. That's all you were doing. They had 3 shifts, if I'm not mistaken, available. I was working 3 to 9. Didn't like it. But that was what I was stuck with. So I worked 3 to 9 with them. They are a good company. They pay $9 per hour. At that time they did. It may have increased. But they paid $9 per hour. And with them, their remote employee requirements include high-speed internet via cable or DSL. They do not accept satellite. Dedicated workspace. And a fully updated computer system. Training is conducted via web. And then you can check out their website and their frequently asked questions section. And if you like what you see, then you can apply. Cloud 10. I worked for Cloud 10 when I first, they were the second company I worked for when I first moved to Atlanta. And I was on their Comcast project. We were told it was billing, but it actually ended up being technical support. And with them, they have different clients that they also service. And with them, the CSRs must be available to work 20 hours or more per week. You must have high-speed internet access, a corded traditional phone, and a hands-free headset. Now, the phone, in the beginning of training, you will be using a phone. But once you get into training and you're used to logging into the web conference, which is a lot of these work-at-home companies, they do their training through a web conference. So once you're comfortable with that, then they will have you logging in, and then you'll be using your headset for the duration of training.